Modern homeschoolers seem to suffer from a great deal of insecurity, and that's why they're looking outside themselves and outside of God and away from God. In my parents' generation and what I was raised with was a confidence that God was going to provide.
As I've homeschooled over the years, it seems that the comments have gone from like, oh, that's weird. Homeschooling's so weird, and the generation before us, I think they got that, but I've actually never gotten that. In our generation, Audra, as we've been homeschooling our kids, it's been more like, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I wish I could homeschool, right? Oh, unfortunately, and then they give the reasons they can't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the season we're in. And I'm noticing that we're going towards another kind of generational thing that parents are saying. And they're saying something like, oh, I want to do that. And now I just need someone to make it possible for me to homeschool, right? And I think your parents were probably in the generation of, that's different, that's strange, that's weird. And now we've come all the way through to, I want to do it and I want someone to make it happen for me. So where do you feel that your parents were kind of finding the opposition of homeschooling in their generation?
Well, our opposition was very much more external. Modern homeschoolers seem to suffer from a great deal of insecurity, and that's why they're looking outside themselves and outside of God and away from God to answer those questions. But in my parents' generation and what I was raised with was a confidence that God was going to provide. But the opposition was from members of the church, close friends who were convinced that we were going to end up, stupid and ill-adjusted and unable to make a living and be incapable of carrying on a conversation. They even had people telling them, well, your kids should be in public school because they can be a witness there. And just the whole typical gamut of, we don't even really know what homeschooling is. It's this weird kind of out there, far strange thing that people were doing then. And,
right.
There were some mixed reviews and mixed experiences that my parents were having to overcome because there wasn't, 30 years of testing and evidence to back them up.
Right.
So they were really kind of stepping out into the unknown. And the opposition was a lot of people who felt that the unknown was all negative and bad for us as kids. And my parents found that unknown is not all negative. It was full of positives. And that's where you kind of learn how to rely on God to guide and direct you, is in those unknowns.
Right. So they were really they found their dependence on the Lord.
Absolutely.
And that's the only way to shut out the outside voices that were telling you all the things,
Absolutely.
right? It's just that, like you said, back to that conviction that they homeschooled you out of conviction.
Yes.
Do you feel that opposition today in homeschooling? Do you feel like you're getting the same line of questioning?
No, I feel like homeschooling now is kind of, especially post-COVID, is on everybody's radar. And now it's not the weird. It's kind of almost normalized, but a lot of what I'm sensing now in the community who's wanting to homeschool is a lot of insecurity. Like I said, just this insecurity, this I can't homeschool. I'm not smart enough. I can't homeschool because we don't have enough money. I can't homeschool because I don't have the patience for it. I can't homeschool because, I've got 5 kids, or I have to work a job and how do we live on one income? So there's a lot of those inward facing concerns that people have.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.